How you doing? My name's Kenny. I'm with Grumpy Bushcraft. Today, this video is going to be kind of a different video. I know that some videos I'll give instructions, or I'm trying to tell you how I feel about a few things or different thoughts. But today, I want to discuss different ways of learning, different ways of training. It's amazing the amount of good information and bad information that is out there. You have to excuse my workbench here. My son is working on building a model, and he has taken over my shop. So, but that's the price of having a boy who's wanting to try new things, and I encourage him to try new things. Just because he's never done it before, and I don't want to discourage him from learning and trying something new, even if it's difficult or seems impossible. I want him to learn and try something new. He's never built a model before, and so I've instructed him to do his best. And that's the only thing I can ask of him, is do his best. And that's the only thing we should ask of ourselves, is to do our best. Now, getting on the subject of learning and trying new things, getting out and learning about camping, about bushcraft, it can be kind of a daunting task, especially with the amount of information that is out there on YouTube. I started off with books. The first one that I really delved into was Horace Kephart's Camping and Woodcraft. A great place to start. The only problem is that it's dated. He wrote it, let's see here. He wrote it back in the 1800s, early 1900s. Right when, camping and, see here, new edition, volumes, 2 volumes in one in 1921, copyright 1917. So, this is, like I said, early 19th century, or 1900s. Great book, a lot of really great information. But like I said, it's dated. And then you can have, then a field manual from the Boy Scouts. No idea where I picked this up at. This is copyright 1967, printed in 1969. 1960s, early 70s. Fantastic information. And you can get into my Army days. This is Warrior Skills, level 1. This is 06. Good book. It's got a lot of really good information in it. Readily available to the public. You can pick it up at almost anywhere. Good information, but it's very limited on camping, in relation to camping and outdoor skills. You do have navigation in here. You have some survival techniques. Some things you don't really need to worry about. The M19 machine gun. You guys, most civilians don't have to worry about that. But there is some good information in this book. He's got a crap ton of Legos, and he's really good at building. Really? That's dumb. Alright, so this next book is Bushcraft by Morris Kahansky. That's a great book, a lot of great detail in the pictures, a lot of really good explanations. He really focuses on skills for the boreal forest, which is up in Canada, and where it snows. I live in Georgia, so this book right here does good information in some aspects, and other aspects I just tend to look over it because I don't live in Canada, and I don't live in the boreal forest. I have Traditional Bushcraft by Craig Cardle, and another book, Bushcraft 101 by Dave Canterbury. Both of these books are fantastic. Bushcraft 101 goes over your basic needs. Basic needs of what you are going to need, explanations of different stuff, what kind of things you're going to need to take out with you. This is a great starting point. Traditional Bushcraft, without a doubt, is a fantastic book that Craig put together. Georgia Bushcraft one year, and this goes over a lot of really great things: tool safety, different projects, fishing and hunting, different types of knives, different types of equipment that you need to consider. And then I also have Outdoor Life, Preparing for Anything Survival Manual. I got this book from BattleBox, and it's been a great guide. It's got a lot of really cool information in it. And then the last book I was able to obtain is the 101 Skills You Need to Survive in the Woods by Kevin Estella. I am just now starting to go through this book. I am about maybe a quarter of the way. I take my time and read and just kind of really evaluate different things. And man, this has got a lot of really great information in it. He's got a new book out. It's called Beyond the Basics, and I can't wait to get my hands on it so I can start reading it. It's already out in print. I think you can pick it up on Amazon. I know you can pick it up on his website, but it's a great foundational place to go. Other great resources are out there. Of course, YouTube, like what you're seeing on this, or you're watching here on YouTube, is another great resource. The problem I have with YouTube is that, like books, you can obtain the knowledge, but sometimes it's hard to go from watching a video or reading in a book to getting your hands dirty and putting your skill sets to use. You can do it. I've done it myself, where I've watched a great video from Cold Cracker Bushcraft, Dan Wolwack, on flint and steel, and just is a little. He had a little suggestion where you tilted the rock up just a little bit and struck it with your steel, and that changed the way I did my flint and steel, and it works out great for me. A lot of knowledge is out there. I encourage you to, watch the video and then go and attempt it out in your own backyard or in the woods. But definitely don't go out and say, "Man, I read the 101 skills. I know everything I need to know," and not go practice it. You have to go out and you have to attempt the skills, at least in your backyard or in your garage, like I try to do here. There's a lot of great training companies out there. A lot of them you probably already know just by watching videos on YouTube. Self-Reliance Outfitters, they have in the Pathfinder School, a great class. I've heard nothing but really good things from their courses. I've been to Randall's Adventure and Training for several of their classes. And Patrick Rollins, their lead instructor, fantastic dude, awesome guy. James Gibson, who also co-teaches. The guy has a wealth of knowledge, and I really encourage people to go to these classes. Other ways you can go and get training without having to, go to a dedicated class. And again, Craig Cottle also has one up in Kentucky, Nature Reliance School, NRS, and they have online courses. They have in-person classes. Fantastic. Go up there and get. Hopefully next year I'll be able to get up there and get some classes in myself, because I always try and learn. I always want to learn from other people. Always become a professional student almost. Other ways where you can go is to events. I know here in Georgia we have the spring camp out and the fall event. Go to georgiabushcraft.com and they have classes outside of those two events. Bushcraft Kelso, I know he teaches out there. Jax Janega with Wildcard Wilderness, she teaches out there. In fact, she helped me out with bow drill, and I was able to get my first ember. I've attempted it several times, and I was not able to get it on my own, but after she showed me and kind of changed my mindset, now I'm able to understand it. It's a little bit better, and I was able to get a fire going. So stuff like that, events that have classes in them, go to those events, and you also get to meet really cool people, different mindsets, different walks of life, and I can't say enough about events like Georgia Bushcraft, Mountain Readiness. Um, there's another one out down in Florida. Um, oh man, it slips my mind at the moment, and I hate when that happens. Sean Strickland, Rewild. Check out his channel. He does a lot of really cool videos too. He's putting on a gathering and some classes down in Florida. Reach out to him. He'll be able to tell you. I think his is in October this year, maybe December. I'm not sure. But definitely go and check. I want you to chase that rabbit hole. But man, there's so much out there, so much great information. But you have to get outside of your comfort zone. A lot of guys who are my age, I'm turning 50 this year, we don't like to get out of our comfort zone. We like to stay in our little tiny bubbles and, oh, I'm going to stick with this. But if I didn't reach out and say, hey, Jax, I need help with my bow drill. She spent time with me on one-on-one and was able to help this big dumb animal get an ember and eventually get a fire going. And she's done it with hundreds of people, if not thousands. And she's a great instructor. Craig Cottle, he helped me with my teaching style. I'm more of a, I do have, I'm kind of a grumpy old fart, but it's life experiences, and Craig Cottle has that certain way of teaching, and he has that gentleness about him, and it's very, very cool. Kelso, he's like a squirrel. I encourage you to take one of his classes, and man, talk about just a depth of knowledge. It's just being able to work stuff. Like this. This is a shell spoon that I made at one of his classes. Who would have thought that I could have made a spoon with a piece of wood and a shell? And man, it was just mind blowing how, and he just comes up with it, and I don't know how. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I encourage y'all to get out there, read some books. You don't have to necessarily pick up these books that I've mentioned here, but reach out, get some knowledge, go to some of these classes, go to some of these events, and just if you want to get into camping and bushcraft or homesteading or survival, there's a lot of really great people out there that are willing to share their knowledge. And I always try and encourage people to share your knowledge, because it was shared with you. It was shared with me, and that's why I try, and that's why I started this thing. And that's why I encourage my boys to go out, watch YouTube, and then try to figure it out. And sometimes there's not any information out there, and you just got to figure it out. Honestly, I think that's the fun part. Like I said earlier, go outside, have some lunch, read a book, take a nap, and just train with your equipment, train with the skills that you've either watched on YouTube, read in a book, or learned in a class. Just get outside, have fun. That's what this is really all about, is just getting outside and having fun, and being away from all the hustle and all the bustle and all the crap that goes on in the world, and just kind of unplug and just enjoy yourself. I'm going to turn this thing off, enjoy my lunch, and take a nap. I'll see you guys later.